Hey YouTube, welcome back. My name is Rudy and this is the MTB Beginner. I'd like to say thank you to all my subscribers for coming back. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you. If you find this video helpful or entertaining, please subscribe. And if you like the video, of course, click the thumbs up button. Now let's get into this video. Okay, so here we go. So this is actually the first bicycle that I purchased whenever I was getting back into bicycling, period. I hadn't purchased a bicycle since I was about 15 years old, and that was a BMX bike. It was a Dyno Detour. Since then, I really hadn't ridden a bike at all. And so I pick up this specialized sport pitch. A friend of mine wanted to start riding the local paved trails around here, and I wasn't sure what kind of bicycle I wanted to get. So of course I walked into my local dealer and I said, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." And he had me ride a couple of bikes, and I rode this one. And at the price point that I wanted to spend, this was kind of it. It was a very entry level bicycle. It did have hydro lock. Oh no, I'm sorry, hydraulic brakes front and rear. It did have a fork, suspension fork up front. It had like 100 mils of travel. Very basic. It was a MXT or MXC or something like that. And I probably could have kept this bicycle and upgraded a few things on it. But what this bicycle did is it got me back into riding bikes. So we were riding the trails probably 2 or 3 times a week. And we met up with some people, and they were telling us about the local trails that we have here in Sioux Falls, the Leaders Park, which is a single track. And so of course I took this bicycle there, and it handled the trails really for the most part well enough. With what little experience I had, you just kind of keep it keep it at your own pace of what you feel safe doing, and that's kind of what I did. It did have some problems. Obviously, the suspension wasn't as soft. It was really jagged on a lot of the bumps. The derailleur kept the chain kept popping off, and a couple of times I got hung up on the derailleur, and actually ended up having to purchase a new derailleur eventually because it had gotten tangled up, and the chain had gotten tangled up at a little bit higher of a speed. And I went to pedal and of course jacked it up. So anyways, it was just a very basic bicycle that really got me back into bicycling, much less mountain biking. And once I found these trails, I knew that I needed a little bit better bike. So I started doing my research, and what I came up with after testing several bikes was the Santa Cruz Chameleon. And I decided that I wanted to go with a plus size bike because on some of the trails that I was in, those little 2.0 tires that I had, with being new to it, I couldn't go as fast because I felt like I was a little underbiked, I guess you could say. So I thought that the plus bike would help with that. I knew that I wanted to have the boost option, which I believe all of the plus bikes are you're going to have with the boost option. Obviously, I knew I wanted a little bit more fork to go with the bike, a little bit more travel, a little bit softer, plusher ride, right? And so my hands don't get numb, and you just go over stuff a little bit better. So I picked up this Chameleon. It was a very base model bicycle. As far as the Santa Cruz line goes, I mean it's the D plus. It's aluminum. And the reason I went with this bicycle is because it had a lot of things I was looking for. I was looking for a better shock. So this bicycle came with 130 mil travel RockShox Recon that was adjustable. Not like the other one. It was kind of was what it was. It wasn't an adjustable air shock, It does have an adjustable air and rebound on it. So that was a big point of wanting this bicycle. It had also hydraulic brakes. They are the bottom of the line hydraulic brakes that SRAM level kit offers, but it was enough for what I thought I needed. Had the SRAMs, front and rear. Had 160 mil rotors, front and rear. It came with the NX derailleur and gear shifter, gear selector, which works great. A lot of this bicycle came with a lot of race-face parts. So the crank, the bottom bracket, as you can see, the chain ring there is all race-face 30 tooth chain ring. I did put some better pedals on it because obviously if you get any pedals at all with the newer bicycle, they're very they're plastic and they're not really made to last. I don't think. So first thing I did is went out and spent another $100 or so and got me a decent set of pedals, which made a huge difference. The tires that are on there are the Recons, Recon Plus, of course, front and rear. It's a 27.5 bike, not a 29. And I decided that I wanted to go with the 27 because it just felt like I was a little bit closer to the ground, and I wasn't ready. And so was my other bike. The other bike was a 20, or what do they call it, a 650B. So I just felt more comfortable after riding a couple of 29ers. It just felt like I was up higher. So that's why I decided that I wanted to stick with the 27 5 tire size. It was just kind of a little bit lower to the ground. I'm a smaller guy. I'm 5'10" as far as height goes anyways. And it just felt right. Whenever I went out and test rode the bicycle, it just felt good. So that's another reason why I decided to go with that. As you can see, the tubes, they are tubeless tires. So that's the first upgrade that I did was I went tubeless on the bicycle. Something kind of unique to this one, I don't think any of the other ones had, and I didn't know it was unique until I started looking on the website at other Santa Cruzes, because I believe my next bicycle is still going to be another Santa Cruz, is that these WTB/ST's I-40s is a really wide width rim, and I really think that helps a lot with feeling planted, and it gives you a lot more confidence whenever you're on the plus size tires. You can just monster truck over a lot of the roots and the rocks and stuff like that, and just be more comfortable on your bicycle, more comfortable and more confident on your bicycle. And I think as a beginner, like that's a huge thing, is getting the confidence in riding and going faster and going over some of the obstacles and things like that these single tracks have to offer. And that's why I decided to go with the plus size bike. Again, the race face stem for the seat, the race face cockpit, basically 35 mil stem, race face effect handlebars, I believe they're 20 mil pitch, the Santa Cruz Palmdale grips, which are really comfortable. The only other grips that I really have any experience with is the ergonomic grip, specialized ergo grips or whatever that came on that Specialized bike. But I really do like the Santa Cruz. I think they're called Palmdales, and I hear a lot of other people describe them as their favorite as well. The seat is Santa Cruz, what do you call it? Silverado seat, which I think a lot of people actually really like the seat. I do too. The other bicycles that I have, this is my favorite seat.
Yeah, so we're gonna end the video right there with me liking the WTB Silverado seat. So my advice as a beginner mountain biker to another beginner mountain biker, whenever you're looking out to pick up your first mountain bike, is make sure it's comfortable sitting down in the seated position and pedaling. Make sure you're comfortable with the reach and standing up and pedaling. Make sure that the bike is upgradable. I don't think that you necessarily need to start off with the best of everything. If you can afford it, great. But if you can't and you're just getting into the sport, find something that's a little bit more, on an entry level that's upgradable, and kind of upgrade as you go. That's I guess my best piece of advice for a beginner mountain biker. Now, before I go, if you guys got any entertainment value out of this, please hit the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up, give me the thumbs ups, comment if there's something I can do better, comment if there's some advice that you can give to a mountain biker that maybe I left out, or even to myself, because I am the MTB beginner. Now, we're going to end this video with my new catchphrase, and that is, now go put your butt on a saddle and ride your bike. Peace out, y'all.